South Africa 183 for 9, Miller 82, Linde 48, Shaheen 3-22, Abrar 3-37, beat Pakistan 172 for 8, Rizwan 74, Ayub 31, Linde 4-21, by 11 runs. Having not played for South Africa for 3 years, George Linde made up for lost time on one electric Kingsmead evening with a stunning all-round performance. A 24-ball 48 with the bat and 4-21 with the ball batted a valiant Pakistan, who went down by 11 runs. The umpire even thought he had a hat-trick in the penultimate over before a review denied him that glory but not his undisputed player of the match award. Mohammad Rizwan, who faced the first ball, was there in the final over as his team went down fighting, a late attack from the captain not quite enough to undo the damage of a sluggish first half of an innings where he managed just 36 in his first 44 deliveries, even if he did finish with 74 off 62. South Africa came into the first T20I in Durban with a decidedly second-string side, but it doesn't matter when David Miller is in the form he found today. A majestic 40-ball 82 ran through the first innings like a dagger for Pakistan, who believed they had made early progress when Shaheen Shah Afridi and Abrar Ahmed removed Rassie van der Dussen, Reza Hendricks and Matthew Brietzky early. But Miller ensured the runs kept flowing, and Pakistan's spinners couldn't have the impact they hoped for on a true, flat Durban pitch. Heinrich Klaasen had little hesitation in opting to bat first on. Same Ayub gave Pakistan a flying start despite the loss of Babar Azam for a duck early on, but South Africa reined them in through the middle overs. Rizwan struggled to get going and Pakistan's inexperienced middle order couldn't keep the asking rate in check from the other end. It allowed South Africa to get tidy overs in through the middle while picking up regular wickets, and all of a sudden Pakistan were running out of batters and overs. An errant 17th over from the otherwise impressive 18-year-old Quena Mafaka allowed Pakistan 24 runs, and they suddenly found themselves back in the game. Rizwan was flying by then, smashing 2 sixes off Mafaka and 3 fours off Otniel Bartman, and Pakistan had suddenly dragged themselves back in, needing 19 off the final over. But Mafaka, who returned for the 20th over, had Rizwan top-edging a slower ball, and the game was over as a contest. Pakistan had paid for their generosity with the ball at the death, and tardiness with the bat early on. South Africa were clinical enough to take full advantage. David Miller was brutal once he got going. AFP, Getty Images. The Killer Miller Show. David Miller has made a reputation for being a middle and late overs bludgeoner. But after Shaheen and Abrar struck early, Miller came in at number 4 in an inexperienced side. And for the next hour or so, he demonstrated how his timing and technique were every bit equal to his power. Taking advantage of beginning his innings in the power play, he whipped Shaheen off the pads to get going, before punching him through the covers for another boundary. The quality of his timing was on full display against Safian Makeem just after the power play. The left-arm wrist spinner tried to stay out of his arc by bowling wide of off and spinning it away, but Miller's extension of the arms and strength at the end of his range lay waste to that tactic. He creamed him over the extra cover boundary, where the fielder could only watch it sail over his head. Makeem tried it once more 2 balls later, only to have the same treatment meted out to him with, if it was possible, even less effort. Miller had just got started, and was brutal against spin, slapping Abrar for 3 straight sixes in the 10th over. He cut across the innings like a scythe for Pakistan. Between the time he came on and when Shaheen finally had him hull out, he added 82 of South Africa's 125. Linde punishes Rizwan's gamble. Tactics are invariably judged by outcomes rather than thought processes, and Linde ensured Rizwan's aggressive death overs gambit cost Pakistan heavily. After Miller fell and Pakistan followed up with 2 more quick blows to reduce South Africa to 141 for 8, the Pakistan captain saw an opportunity to bowl South Africa out. Shaheen, Abbas Afridi and Haris Rauf were bowled out by the 19th over. Pakistan had perhaps hoped South Africa's innings would be wrapped up by then. Mohammad Rizwan's gamble did not work out. AFP, Getty Images. But that didn't happen, with Linde managing the strike and Mafaka's odd boundary taking the pressure off them. It left Makeem to bowl the final over, and when Linde refused a single off the first ball, his intentions were obvious. Makeem missed his length on almost every one of the last 5 deliveries. 3 went for sixes before Linde finally miscued the last ball to cow corner. But South Africa had surged to 183, and Pakistan's hopes of cleaning them out below par were dead and buried. Rizbar now, Rizbar forever. The obituary of the Mohammad Rizwan Babar Azam opening has been written far too many times to attempt another one. It seemed Pakistan's days of opening with their two trusty anchors were finally done, but in a steep chase, it was those two who walked out while Saim Ayub sat in the dugout. Both looked rusty and well off the pace required. Babar could have fallen to Mafaka first ball, and ultimately did off the fourth without scoring. Ayub came in and demonstrated why he is so potent in the first six, his full repertoire of power, panache and audacity on display as he blitzed through the remaining power play, striking 7 boundaries in his first 13 balls to race to 31. He is less effective when the field spreads out, and holed out to sweep a cover off the second ball he faced post-power play. He had got Pakistan off to a flyer, though, and left one wondering how much he could have added had he been around from the very start. At the death, it became apparent how